Hey guys, I'm Tim.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Dan.
This is the Board Game Rundown. Today we're going to talk to you about 8-Bit Attack from Petersen Games. It plays 1 to 5 players, 60 to 90 minutes. It is a cooperative game where you are going to just get wailed on by a bunch of 8-bit rendered characters.
Which I think is the best kind of cooperative game.
Yeah, you mean just getting wailed on or like by 8-bit characters?
Punched in the face.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, no. So Petersen Games sent us this to talk about, give it a look. Personally, I have worked teaching games for Petersen Games before, so full disclosure, I tend to like their stuff. I had not played this yet, though. I tend to play their more miniatures-heavy games like Cthulhu Wars and things like that. But was really excited to have an opportunity to try this out because I really dig the 8-bit artwork and kind of the theme. So first of all, we'll talk about components a little bit.
Yep.
There are tons of cards, all different kinds of monsters, critters, zillion types.
And this is from all the expansions.
This is everything. Right,
Yes.
correct. All the expansions. So, but even the base game comes with, I mean, a pretty hefty stack of each.
Okay. It does come with each kind.
Yes,
Okay.
with the exception of Halloween. Halloween characters
Of course.
specifically come from the Halloween expansion. Card quality is pretty good, in my opinion. One of the things that I don't love about it is the sharp corners.
Sure.
On the
classic error.
But I think, I mean, really, that's it. I mean, you're not going to be bending them. You don't really have to shuffle them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you can mix them up pretty easy. But yeah, the sharp corners on the boards and on the cards, I don't love. But the punch-out bits.
Yeah. Love the potions, your little healing potions.
Look at that. That's 6 health. And
Oh, yeah.
you are going to need it.
And the awesome dice.
You need to find that hell
It's
goose.
going to be hard to focus on the dice, but that's
And I
fine.
like how it's all, even the edges of the cardboard is like 8-bit.
Oh, yeah,
rendered.
yeah.
Like it is pixely.
Here you go. Show that guy off. This is one of the fierce villains
Look out for this guy.
you might have to fight. But here's like a different one that might be a little more intimidating.
Oh, it's like his little brother.
Wait. You don't think the Hell Goose is intimidating?
Well, that was the
enough?
gnome. That wasn't even the hell goose. I
Oh.
couldn't find the hell goose. Hell goose. There is a goose.
Hey, man, gnomes are destructive,
They-
probably.
clearly in your yard. There's a character, the hell goose. It is my favorite one. I get super excited every time it comes up. Whatever. Basically.
Whatever.
But components wise, man, it's pretty good. There's a few things that are a little flimsy, like the
Yeah, these
your
are
challenge
These are
levels.
the biggest problem for me are the challenge level cards right here because you can just see them sitting on the table and already see them feel like they're going to start warping and stuff.
Sure.
But they literally, you pull it out and you set it on these cards over here, and it doesn't move. It
Right.
just sits there. It just to remind you of certain things that are taking place this round. So it's not like that card's going to get destroyed anytime soon. It just sits there. It's just like definitely the weakest component because it's the least important component.
Sure.
I guess, you know?
Sure. Anything jump out to you, Jeff? What's
No,
some of your
you
favorite
guys-
stuff?
No, you guys are like hitting all the marks. I do like the color design, I will say, just randomly. I just really just now
It's-
noticed it too. Like, it's not bright colors, I would say, but it fits the kind of dark Cthulhu theme of
Sure.
Yeah,
everything
sure.
that's going on.
I talked recently about really liking when 8-bit is done correctly. You know, and this game just nails it.
It really does.
This was actually my example of a game that
I mean,
nails
these
it.
like look like
So-
they're all pulled straight out of a video game from like the late 80s, early 90s.
Oh, one thing I forgot I mentioned last time is, speaking of the components, they are all color coded, kind of too. So like the blue attack versus the blue defense,
Oh,
Correct.
sure. Yep.
Goes to
There are
the-
bits. There
yeah.
are bits that
which
correspond.
is very nice.
And
I like when games do that.
yeah, they're iconography, and they give you player aid cards, which have icons on them, and the back of the book
Well, see you
is
later.
full of like a quick symbol reference, which is awesome. Like these kind of things, like as someone who teaches a lot of board games, are lifesavers,
Yeah.
and I absolutely love it when they do that. So, I mean, the overall components are pretty good. You know, punch out quality is really good. I had a few, and I think this was just my copy. The punch boards weren't cut great, so I had a couple that were like a little iffy. Nothing a little glue couldn't fix. It doesn't affect gameplay in any way, and that was just, you know, me being anal. But the dice are amazing. Like I love the dice. When you roll the dice, it's very clear what you're gonna get, you know, and what they do. So moving into gameplay then. So gameplay basically is you're going to select a boss to fight. So we have the Great Cthulhu right there, and Cthulhu is great. And you are going to basically be assaulted for up to 5 rounds by his minions. And the minions are going to come out, and we each have a character. And we're going to go, I can fight this one. You're going to try to fight that one, and you try to fight that one. You divvy them up. And the fun thing is, that's the minion that's going to attack you. But you can attack any minion on the table. So you can really coordinate, and you should really coordinate, like who's going to go after what. And then there is this special white die that is going to determine which attacks trigger on which cards. So sometimes you get lucky and you don't get like a mega crazy
they
attack.
Just do their basic hit.
And sometimes you get unlucky and everybody just beats the snot out of you. But then by depending on the level that you select, which will determine how many of these critters come out to fight you, you are awarded medals. Medals will allow you to buy rune upgrades, which are these guys. They can let you buy potions, which are these, which are super awesome. There's some for energy, health, and resurrection. Resurrection's so important.
What? We're going to die?
Ugh. And then also you can upgrade your character. So they've got 2 sides. Or I'll let you show this one. They've got 2 sides. So one side is before he has all of his special abilities unlocked. And then the other side, if you spend 2 medals, you can unlock them. It gives them an extra ability to choose from, and also sort of like an ongoing ability, right? Like this guy has Behemoth, so you're immune to debuffs.
Pretty good.
So there's a lot of variability and replayability, and there's a ton of these characters even in the core box. But as you get the expansions, I mean, just stacks and stacks and stacks of heroes to choose from, and they're like all different stripes. You know, like this guy specifically, I think, is from Planet Apocalypse. Some guys are from Cthulhu Mythos. Some guys just look like they're out of video games, right?
Not copyrighted ripoffs.
Right. But there's a lot of really good characters, and for me, gameplay was really fun, and it felt very thematic too, like to the theme. It felt like kind of like a video game.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on gameplay?
Yeah, no, I had a great time. I said I talk about this a lot. I love games that cooperative games that just beat you down, and you really got to work together to be. How do we outsmart this game? You know, like how can we game this game and show it who's boss? You know, and this game definitely does that in spades. The game is going to kill you multiple times. You just have to kill it once. And you know,
we learned very quickly who the boss was, and it was not us. It was not us. Actually, we got
Dracula.
We got to the 5th round and tried to fight Dracula and got stomped.
Yeah, and we were like, never mind.
We're sorry, sir.
Let's just call it now, guys.
Yeah, no, I loved the gameplay of this. The rolling the dice, the choosing where you're assigning. Like I'll soak these hits so that you can get through his armor and attack him and stuff like that. Yeah, fun stuff. Good co-op experience.
And it was interesting to play with you guys because you guys are more contemporary gamers. I'm being older.
Whoa, you call me a contemporary gamer?
Whoa, well, you're a hipster gamer.
Growing up on the Genesis? Come on, man.
Yeah, but you grew up on a Genesis because it was retro. I grew up on Genesis when it was new.
I grew up on Genesis when it was new, too.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. But I had a Nintendo.
What's a Genesis?
Yeah, go
I'm
on.
kidding.
Flip.
But it was interesting to play with people that play more video games than I do now.
Sure.
And get your
Got it.
opinions and kind of like what you thought. Because me, I'm like, yeah, I'm in hog heaven because I like this kind of stuff. So to get some other perspectives, right, for different backgrounds and
Yeah.
because I'm definitely out of the three of us, like the heaviest board gamer out of the three of us. I mean, but we all kind of have varying levels of experience and dabbling. But
Sure.
but yeah, so how'd you feel about gameplay for you? What did it come down?
Mostly good. The only caveat is, I still don't like how you have to choose between getting health and just not getting health. You know.
Oh, sure.
Oh, gotcha.
Just,
Well,
just
your
because,
health
like,
does reset between
Yeah,
rounds, so that
fair.
helps.
But like, I really feel like once you level up, your health should go up too. But that's just
Oh,
I agree.
me being
Only
a
because it
video
would
gamer.
feel fulfilling.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think the game needs it, but it would feel really good. So.
well, we might have needed it the way we
Well,
were
Might
playing.
have needed a little bit.
I
You
think
know
we.
what? Mr. 10 extra health over there or whatever. How about you just close your mouth?
Yeah, when we played, he had a ton of health and was taking rune upgrades that
And
added to his health.
Still got my butt stomped.
Yeah, we did, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So for me, I guess, moving on now, like, where does this fit in somebody's collection? Like, is this a must buy? Find it on the secondary market, or you're just fine if somebody else owns it. For me, I'm really glad I have this in the collection.
Mhm.
Like, I want access to this game because I want to play it. I think if you hit up your board game store, they could probably get a copy in for you, or you could go to Petersen Games on their website, petersengames.com, and order it there. It should be available now. But for me, I'm glad to have it. I'm glad to be able to play it. I'm going to sick this game onto other people and make them feel the pain that I felt getting beat. But I will be sitting right next to them getting beat down. But that's where I come down on it. How about you guys?
I think this is this fills a void that if you don't have that void filled, I think you need to, which is just extremely difficult cooperative games, like I've
Sure.
been saying. So like
Yeah.
if you don't have a Robinson Crusoe, or Flashpoint Fire Rescue is pretty famous for it, or the ghost stories.
Oh, Ghost
Is that what
Stories
it's called?
is
Or Ghost
so hard.
Stories?
Yes.
Like this fits in with that, I think. And this, if you don't have any yet, I think this is a good choice. You're gonna kind of go off theme, right? When you want a hard co-op,
What appeals to you?
yeah, which
Sure.
one appeals to you? But if this theme appeals to you, and you don't have just a really hard co-op game to play with your
I would
friends and
say though,
family-
even if you do, because like Robinson Crusoe,
oh,
for
they're
example,
very different.
plays completely different.
Very different.
The thing that they have in common is that it is a very difficult co-op.
Sure, and that's all I'm saying is if you don't have
Sure.
one, you should have one. Even separate from that, though, I'll say I do have Robinson Crusoe and I do have Flashpoint Fire Rescue, and I do think I would like to have this in my collection.
Sure.
This is a game mostly because of theme over those things that I could so easily have friends or my brothers over and be like, let's
Oh,
play
yeah.
this.
Right.
Definitely.
You know,
Mhm.
yeah, we all come from that gamer background and stuff,
Right.
and this does something that, yeah, this theme encapsulates that in a group of people that
Sure.
the other games might not.
Sure.
And yeah, this is a game I would like in my collection.
Sure. How about you, Jeff?
Yeah, definitely. I think the only caveat would be is if you don't want to have a hard game in your collection.
Oh yeah,
that you
Right.
can't win every time. Maybe steer clear, but that's maybe a nitpick for some people.
Sure.
So yeah, I don't have a lot more to say that you guys didn't already.
No,
cover,
that's
so.
fine. Yeah, for me, and also for me, this is so unique
New York.
by the style. Unique New York. It is so the style is so different than anything else that I have.
Sure.
So it's not like I don't need Pandemic because I would rather play Defenders of the Realm,
Sure.
right? Or
Yes.
Defenders of the Last Stand. Those mechanics work very similar, and I just like the way that the other one plays
Yes.
over Pandemic. But 8-Bit Attack, I have not played a game that feels or looks like this before.
Sure.
So having something new, which is tough to do, having something new with some kind of fresh mechanics, and a lot of interesting. And then the fun thing is seeing the critters that pop up. Like
Yeah.
I get a lot of joy out of looking at the crazy stuff that comes out of these decks.
Yeah, I mean, it should be said that this game does not take itself super seriously.
Oh, not at
Oh,
all.
which is a huge positive.
Yeah.
Yes.
To me for
I-
this kind of game.
I agree 100%. So an overall rating, like out of 5, I give this a 4 out of 5. And it's really just nitpicking a little bit with some of the components. Could be like a little bit better with the sharp corners on the stuff. You don't need these to be like thick because you wouldn't have any room.
Yeah.
With the amount of characters you get, you wouldn't have any room. Like
No.
the thickness on these is fine.
Games with a lot of characters do that all the time.
I like having games with a lot of bits to throw around. Some people find that fiddly. That doesn't bother me, especially not with this game. Like I like having the bits and going through and you're just chucking energy. Like, I did this. Like I got this. Oh no, I need all this. Give me this. Give me this. Give me all the health, please. But I like that part. I'm very tactile, right, with the game. So for me, that's a thing I like. I like putting the stuff on my boards. It is very solid 4 out of 5. For me, this is high up in my esteem.
Sure.
How about you?
Yeah, I mean, this is the easiest 4 out of 5 I think I've ever given.
Sure.
It's not a perfect game, but this, like I just said, kind of fills this void so well. It does what it does
Right.
so well that yeah, I mean, I give this the highest grade I can give it without it being a perfect game.
Right.
That's
How about you?
Same.
Oh,
okay, so hold
yay.
on. A 4 and a 4 and a 4
averages out to 100.
Carry the 3. Yeah.
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake. We give this a cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
Out of
Cheesecake
5.
out of 5.
But and again, I would say that if you like this, if you play the base game and you like it, I would just find the expansions because the
Oh, sure.
expansions are just more,
Yeah.
and you're going to get more variety, and you're going to get more hilarious critters,
Yeah,
and
nothing
things.
you would know, nothing because we played with them all, right? So nothing
Yeah.
changes mechanic wise.
Not that I've
Just
seen.
adds more.
Just
So,
more.
yeah.
It's just more.
Just more options, more replayability.
Right. And so if you don't have a ton of games in your collection, also like, hey, get something that you can play a bunch of times and it's always going to be different.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could try different combinations of characters. You're always going to get different monsters coming up. You could try fighting the different bosses,
And losing to the different bosses.
losing to the different bosses. So yes, I would. Yeah, if this sounds good, I would pursue it and I would go to the fullest. And it's not going to like break your bank to get everything
Sure.
for it. It's not one of those games where you're hundreds of dollars in, like just to have like every single little thing.
Yeah.
So-
So overall, Board Game Rundown gave 8-Bit Attack a 4.
A 4 overall from the
Yeah.
rundown, and it's a unanimous 4, which is pretty good
Yeah.
because we got some crabs on this show sometimes.
Wait.
I saw your hands without
Okay.
your gloves on. Exactly. So for the Board Game Rundown, I've been Tim.
I've been Jeff.
I've been Dan.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for checking out the Board Game Rundown. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Share our videos on social media and spread the word. We publish new content weekly, including reviews, unboxing, and Let's Plays. And as always, thanks for watching.